So gang, this is Steve with Real Progressives. How are you today? Folks, I had a moment, several moments, quite a few moments actually, where my frustration was really getting the better of me. Because, you know, when you do this day in and day out, the idea of people not fucking getting it is maddening. And you think, how can I say this shit differently? How can I say it in a way that people get it? Do I have to repeat the same stream over and over again? What other ways can I attack this sumbitch? And my inbox filled up with people who caught on to my, despair. And said, hey brother, don't hang your head. Don't you dare quit. We're picking it up, man. We're getting it. We're waking up, Steve. Don't you dare tucker out. We got your back, brother. And I want to tell you guys how much the positive feedback has helped me as a person. Because there's an awful lot of trolls in the world. And then you watch and you read the newspaper and you read the mainstream media trying to get a feel for what the enemy is doing. And you realize when they tell you that they think Medicare is going to go broke because of Alzheimer's disease, I swear to God, that sent me on a death spiral that you wouldn't believe. Just the idea that they would brazenly lie and say that somehow or another Medicare is gonna go broke. And I just was like, how the fuck? How could you possibly mean that Medicare is gonna go broke? How could you possibly mean that Social Security is gonna go broke? How could you possibly mean the United States is broke? What the fuck? And people sit there and they don't know any better, right? They just don't know. They look in their checkbook and they go, well, shit, I'm broke. And so they start making up myths and legends to try and fill the gap because it just doesn't fucking make sense. How can we as a nation be broke, but we're policing the motherfucking globe? How can we be broke? It doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. And you don't have to be an economist to get this. You don't have to be an economist to get this. A nation that prints its own currency, that's the gang that makes the fucking dollar, can't go broke. Get it? Cannot go broke. So when you hear Paul Ryan, and when you hear the GOP, you know they're effing lying. And then when you hear the Democrats say, well, let's give a slightly watered down version of the lie. Let's say a slightly watered down version of the lie. Well, we could always cut the military spending to find a way to pay for the things we want. Again, as noble as it may seem to cut the military spending, the recession that it would cause because we're not ready. We are not ready. We have not built the structures to be ready to handle a massive purge of military spending. I am so anti-war, you will not find a person more anti-war. And yet I'm telling you straight up, we've got to shift that spending because our economy would literally collapse if we cut it. You don't cut it. You shift it to something more meaningful. But the bottom line is we need to add to it. Because for 40 years we have deprived the public purpose by neoliberalism. And so as people are waking up, they want to know, Steve, what can we do? And I'm beginning to realize the thing that we can do for those people who are really, truly awake and ready to fight this economic war, for you people who have woke up and understand the shit that I'm saying. It's time to start occupying congressmen's offices. Take your cell phone with you. Live stream it. Go in there and hold up a sign and tell them point blank, taxes don't fund spending. Stop lying to me. Our nation isn't broke. Federal taxes do not fund spending. Stop telling me Social Security is broke. You go into their office, you go in front of their house, and you stand in front of their house with signs that say, stop lying, we're not broke. You follow them anywhere they go, and you put up a sign that says, stop lying, we're not broke. Everywhere they go to their live feeds, go to Robert Reich's live feed, go to Bernie Sanders' live feed, go to Jill Stein's live feed, go to all of them, Rush Limbaugh, I don't care who, go to their live feeds and tell them, you're lying, we're not broke. Taxes don't fund spending, stop lying to me. Stop trying to kill our country. We have the ability to do it all right now. Stop telling me you care about climate change, but then you try and tell me how are we going to pay to save our fucking planet. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. Tell them. Demand it. We don't have 50 years for a Green New Deal. We don't have 30 years for a Green New Deal. Hell, some of us don't have 1 year. You tell them, you go. If you could figure out what to do for the Dakota pipeline, if you could lock arms and sit there and tie up and chain, go up there and say, we're not leaving the front lines. We're willing to get pepper sprayed for this pipeline. If you're willing to do that, then you should be willing to do it for economic justice. You should be willing to do the same thing. There's no difference here, folks. This is every bit as bad. Economic terrorism. Yeah, sorry about that. Economic terrorism. That's what we got here, folks. Tonight, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it in a much more deeper fashion. At 8 o'clock tonight. I'm sorry about Anyway, 8 o'clock tonight, I'm going to kick some teeth in. I'm going to go full Grumbine. I'm going to go on a full-blown rant about this. And I want you guys getting out there and doing shit. No more fucking saying, I don't know what to do, Steve. If you knew what to do about the pipelines, if you knew what to do about Planned Parenthood, if you knew what to do about all these other things, if the Women's March knew what to do, they sure as fuck know what to do to go out there and protest about economic injustice and inequality, and they fucking sure as hell know how to complain about it. Every last one of you know what to do. Get out there and fight. You know what. Don't ask me what to do. You already know what to do. You know. So with that, I'll see you at 8 o'clock tonight, guys, gals. Have a good one.